Hello there everyone, Ash and Flash here, and welcome on into a top 10 LEGO video. Today we're going to be focusing specifically on The Simpsons, and just going over 10 ideas for sets that I'd like to see them do, ranging anywhere from D to C's, regular smaller sets, and gift with purchases, because I feel like I've got a couple interesting ideas for that if this continues like I feel like it can and should, and follow the same sort of suit that just happened with Lord of the Rings, where it's become a yearly thing. We're getting a new set each year. I have watched over 500 episodes of The Simpsons. I'm on episode 524 of season 24. So I have been, putting in my time for this show and these characters and different things. So a lot of the ideas are going to come from my personal experience. If there's anything after these episodes that I haven't seen yet, you'll just have to leave a comment about it down below. But let's go ahead and let's get started. First up in spot number 10, it's an upscaled Homer minifigure. I think that this would just be really fun. I think that just getting him, probably obviously the most iconic character from The Simpsons, at that large scale would be so much fun. I feel like you could probably already do this because just so many of those pieces and those colors and everything exist. Like, I don't think they'd have to recolor a single thing. I think maybe they just have to make a few prints here and there, but him holding like a large version of the Lego donut would be really cool. And this is just, I love the upscaled figures, and maybe a bit of a bias of me loving those sets, but obviously if you get the whole Simpsons family as well at that size, people will go nuts for, I think. Spot number 9, it's a minifigure series. Some people might expect this to be higher up on the list, but I feel like obviously there are so many Simpsons characters and outfits and different things that you can get, but some of the ideas and things that I have on this list would cover the people that are missing. I won't go into specifics because, again, we're going to go over some people, but there are so many characters to pick from The Simpsons. A lot of people that were missing out from series 1, 2, and then also the sets. So hopefully at some point we do get those characters that, as I've watched the show, I'm just baffled by some of the choices for those original minifigure series. Spot number 8, I think the Simpsons family car could be a really great set. If they did this even under Speed Champions, and it's sort of based off of a real car, at least from doing some of my research. I'm not a car guy, but it's supposed to be a 1986 Plymouth Junkerola, so that would be really cool if they did a licensed set like that for Speed Champions. That's another thing that I really love with Speed Champions, is when they branch out and do random IPs like James Bond, or they're doing Fast and Furious a lot recently. So I would love to see that happen, and I think that the Speed Champions team could just do a phenomenal job of that. Spot number 7, this is one of our first gift with purchases on the list. It's Homer's workstation, and this might disappoint some people, but I don't think LEGO will ever touch the power plant, just because of their green initiative, and there's just no way that they would ever do a nuclear waste like power plant and everything. There's just zero chance. I think though that his workstation would be a good gift with purchase. I think this specifically could tie into spot 3 on the list, and I also feel like a gift with purchase wouldn't upset too many people versus getting a huge glorified set to a actual factory. I think another really important thing that could be included for Homer is the outfit from the opening of the whole show, having that hazmat suit, even if it's not a new piece for the head or anything, like just the torso, I feel will be really great. Next up, spot number 6, this is the Springfield logo, and this was something that I had an idea for myself when I'm like, oh, I should build this, and then I could put all my minifigures on it. And then I Google it to see if anybody's made it, and someone has, and it looks incredible. So you can find the instructions on Rebrickable, but I just love the concept of this. This sign is great. I think that you could maybe even have some mini builds up in the front of different locations around town, would be a lot of fun. But this would just make for an excellent way to display your Simpsons characters, I think, especially if the theme is going to be ongoing. Next, we have another gift with purchase. This is Kang and Kodos. Oh my goodness, I am so disappointed by the gift with purchase for the Krusty Burger. I think that there's just so many other options that they could have done for that, like the Krusty Show, and I talked about that in the reveal video. But Kang and Kodos specifically tie into spot 1, but I think that this would just work so well. I mean, they're an iconic staple of the Treehouse of Horror, which is another huge part of the whole Simpsons. So I think that just getting like maybe a print for, I don't know if it's their mouth or their eyes or something like that, and then just having the rest brick built and everything, I think people would go absolutely nuts for it to get those 2 characters that really couldn't fit anywhere else besides a small little set. Spot number 4, we have the Simpsons couch gag. This is an idea ripped straight from Lego Ideas that I saw. This incredible concept of having a brick-built television, and then on the inside, you can swap around and recreate a bunch of the different couch gags. That is so smart. And again, I go back to that gift with purchase that is just so lackluster and disappointing. And that couch size and everything, it's just so sad to me that a big one like this, getting all the Simpsons family members in this, and I think that this is something that they could slot in after we get some more sets down the line. But this is just so cool. I love this idea. It's just would be so much fun, and having different outfits maybe in different things for them as well. I'm thinking something like a foosball table. If they can get how many torsos and heads, why not print just a ton of different wacky outfits for the Simpsons for the couch gag? I think would be so funny. Spot number 3, Moe's Tavern. This is going to shock a lot of people, but I actually think that this could happen. I think that Lego has come a long way since those original Simpsons sets. I'll tell you why. First of all, beer is appearing in a ton of sets. And I'm not just talking about bottles, which could be said to be empty bottles. No, we are actually getting liquid beer in different sets with different stud representations. You might be going, okay, well, that's one thing, but why would they have a whole set about a bar? Let me tell you, we've gotten a couple bars already, surprisingly. We just got on the inside of the Orient Express, we actually have a little bar inside where they're serving alcohol and different things. And then also we had in the Dungeons and Dragons set, literally called a tavern, same name as Moe's. As well, we just got this year's modular that also is a little tavern there, a little British pub there, which all that together, branding it under 18 plus, I would love this because it could give us a lot of people that we are missing that again belonged in the original minifigure series. Moe is one of the most reoccurring characters on the show. I don't get how he wasn't included there. I think Lenny and Carl as well are in the opening of the show. Why did they not get minifigures in any of the 2 series? I think they would work very well here. And I just think that we should be able to recreate the intro from The Simpsons. It's just been played I don't know how many times at this point, that we should have a lot of those locations, characters, and items. Like this next one. Spot number 2, Springfield Elementary School. I think that this is probably going to be the next new location that we get for The Simpsons because of a number of reasons. I think that the fact that it has reached 10K on ideas is definitely something that's going to help. But also, when looking at a couple other things that I've been talking about in this video, like, again, that intro, having the chalkboard for Bart to write on, I think would be really great. Like, obviously, that classroom, there's just so many different rooms. And having the music room for Lisa to play her saxophone and everything, I think it would just be really great. Now, in terms of the characters that I could see us getting in here, because I think, I don't know about you, I'm a little surprised by how many new molds and everything that we just got in the Krusty Burger. We need Principal Seymour Skinner. How was he not in any of the other minifigure series? Again, having watched the show, I'm like, what the heck's happening here? Where is the minifigure version of him? Shocking. I think another one is Superintendent Chalmers. Like, I don't get it. That duo is just so funny. I would love to see them get some minifigure representation. I think another one is Mr. Largo. I feel like that would be a good character, again, because of the intro and the music and everything. I think a new Edna Krabappel minifigure is definitely deserved here. And this is sort of what I'm thinking in terms of this being the next set, because if you look at who's missing from the Krusty Burger, well, we didn't get Marge, and I think Marge would work really well here for the set because you could get the other car that the Simpsons have, include her dropping off the kids to school, maybe because they're late for the bus, and then speaking of that bus, maybe it could be included in the set with Otto. I mean, how could you do a school without a school bus, right? I think getting Otto would be really great as well, and bringing back some of the different students and everything that we got from the other minifigure series to populate the school with, and mid-legs didn't exist back then, so I think that would really be great for someone like Nelson. I think that whatever year the Springfield Elementary slots into, I think that is the perfect year to do a minifigure series though, because you could get other students, like getting Sherry and Terry, getting Miss Hoover to connect to the school, getting Agnes Skinner, his mom, would be really great as well. But anyways, moving on now to spot number 1, the Simpsons house. It just needs to be redone. I think that we've just come such a long way from that original set in 2014 that there's so much different pieces and colors that exist now that I think would just make this just one of the greatest sets of all time. I look at the outside of the house and the tan for me just does not work. And now with a bunch of other sets that we've seen and just the parts that exist now, there are so many more flesh color bricks and tiles and different things. And they have had a huge chunk of modulars that are the flesh color. So I would love to see them redo this. I think even those original windows, just, it's really unacceptable how some of the parts that were used there. I'm sorry. I know that some people probably love this set, but I looked at this and I'm like, this is a little rough around the edges, which is sort of what could be said for a couple of other sets at the time that I think also deserve remakes. I think that this is how we could also complete the family with Maggie and Marge as well if they aren't included in the elementary school. I'm very curious to see what they're going to do with Maggie though. Like, do they keep that same body mold? Do they create a new mold for like an actual baby for them to hold? Because again, the Lego baby didn't exist back then. This is what I mean. The Simpsons is in a new era of Lego right now, that there's so many new colors that would be better suited for. Even Bart's shirt should be the new red orange color. You saw, going back to the gift with purchase, the coral for the walls. There is so much that can be done with this set that I would love to see them do, and I think this would be a good way to include Flanders as well. But anyways, everyone, what do you think of my ideas here? I'd love to hear if you have any of your own. What sets would you like to see them do next? But I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Hope you all have a great day. I will see you all in the next one.